making progress toward developing a plan to achieve racial equity in our organization. The Racial Equity and Inclusion Division of our Equity and Inclusion Department is leading that effort. Some of the accomplishments so far include developing a vision and mission for racial equity work within our organization and developing a common language when talking about racial equity. Employees also completed a racial equity viewpoint survey, which will be used in the development of the draft Racial Equity Action Plan. The plan will make recommendations based on workforce equity, communications and engagement, contracting and procurement, and racial equity tools and training. Some of those recommendations include training on how to advance racial equity in the role of government, as well as tools to help when making decisions through a racial equity lens. While the plan is being developed, our organization has already started conversations to help employees recognize how racial equity shows up in their work every day. In addition, trainings will be introduced between January and March. For more information about the Racial Equity and Inclusion Division, visit durhamnc.gov/4092. Efforts to gather resident input for the comprehensive plan update from all of Durham's communities will continue throughout the winter. The plan is being updated to form a long-range vision for how to guide growth and development within the city and county using a racial equity lens. Through that lens, it will address racial equity in such areas as housing and transit, as well as focus on historical inequities in past land use and transportation decisions. The City Council heard an update on how that is happening through the current round of outreach during its November 5th work session. Recent efforts include identifying and engaging with 3 specific groups that were not successfully engaged in previous listening and learning sessions. Those include residents who are Hispanic or Latino, youth, and those who live in rural parts of North Durham. Planning staff are also conducting small group sessions with community partners, as well as coordinating with engagement ambassadors to get feedback on proposed objectives and goals. The draft community goals for the plan are expected to be presented to the City Council in the spring. To learn more about the comprehensive plan update process and how you can have your voice heard, visit engagedurham.com. The City Council is considering whether any changes should be made to public streetlights that have been converted to LED lights. The conversion is part of an 18-month project to change approximately 21,000 streetlight fixtures along public roads to the more energy-efficient LED fixtures. During the first 15 months of the conversion program, the Transportation Department only received 65 complaints regarding the 18,000 conversions that had taken place. Over the past couple of months, that number increased to approximately 211 complaints. Many of the complaints say that the lights are creating glare into residential windows, that they're too bright, or that the color is too harsh. Complaints about glare can usually be addressed by making adjustments to the light or through the installation of a shield. Complaints about brightness are usually regarding lights where the wattage had previously been increased to address potential crime issues. To resolve these types of complaints, the Transportation Department works with the Police Department and nearby residents to approve reducing the wattage of the light. The most challenging to address are the complaints about the color of the lights. The only way to change the color from the white color of the LED to the previous orange color is to replace the light fixture. The cost to do that would be about $3.1 million and would take a minimum of 18 months to complete. The Transportation Department's recommendation is to continue addressing the glare and brightness complaints as it has been, but to leave the color of the lights the same as they are now. There's no word on when or if any further action will be taken on the issue. To request a streetlight adjustment or for more information on the streetlight conversion program, visit durhamnc.gov/1118. Be sure to also follow the transportation team on Twitter.